Hey, everybody who's watching. Um, my name's Belinda, and I'm just kind of doing this video just for people like me, I guess, who are looking around the country as it is and hates what's going on in our country. Acts of violence, just everything just seems upside down right now. Um, a little background on myself before we get started. My name is Belinda. For those of you that don't know me, I live in Springfield, Missouri. I'm 50 years old, and I am not a Democrat, nor am I a Republican. I am a Trump supporter. I never even got into politics at all until the impeachment hearings, actually. When Trump first started running for president, I thought, oh, well, okay, this might be interesting. You know, somebody that's actually running for president who isn't a career politician. You know, he's a businessman. I've always been, I guess, the silent majority, I guess, is what most people would refer to me as, or refer to, just people like me in general, I guess. People who don't really get involved in politics, don't get involved in much of anything, but yet when stuff goes down, we are more than happy to sit around and bitch about it and complain about it, debate about it with our friends and family. But when the getting back to the impeachment hearings, I started watching the impeachment hearings. I had no idea what was going on up until then. I thought, oh crap, Trump must have done something really bad because there's an impeachment hearing. So I watched every minute of the impeachment hearing as it was going on live on TV, and it was obvious to me that the people who were there to support Trump, they were not given equal opportunities to cross-examine witnesses. They weren't given opportunities to even respond to any kind of questioning. It was really stupid. I immediately was sitting there after like the first hour. I'm like, what in the hell? This is not fair. This would never go over in a regular court because it's just all of it was just totally one-sided and unfair. And anybody with eyes to see could plainly see that Trump was getting railroaded. So at that point in time, I decided I'm a Trump supporter, and I started actually looking into the different things that he's done for our country, and he's done a lot. And those of you that say he hasn't done anything for our country, I really suggest that you stop watching CNN and MSNBC, start doing your own research, not on Google, because Google hides a lot of stuff. Go to Firefox, go to DuckDuckGo, go to one of those search engines. There's a lot of other ones as well, but just don't use Google, because Google will hide search results from you because they're totally biased. Anyway, so getting back to why I'm shooting this video. So I am so distressed to see all the violence that's going on, all the hate that's going on. And at this point, it doesn't even matter why it started, how it started, who started it. What matters at this point is what are we going to do about it? I'm again in the heart of the country in Springfield, Missouri, and I'm seeing all of these horrific things that are going on that just make me just so sick to my stomach, and just breaks my heart to see people hurting other people, people that they don't know, people that they've never met, strictly based on skin color. And that's not how I was raised, and I know that's not how a lot of people are raised. I firmly believe that this is not a racist country. Do we have racists in our country? Yes, absolutely. Every country does. But is it overall a racist country? I believe the United States is not a racist country. And this whole thing of, well, all lives matter can't happen until Black Lives Matter. Well, guess what? Black lives are incorporated in All Lives Matter. By saying only Black Lives Matter, you're putting one race above the other, and we're all created equally. But anyway, that to the side. So a lot of us are really wondering about what can we do. I know there's been a lot of call to action. I watched Graham Allen videos. I listened to him on Dear America. He's really, really good. If you have not had a chance to listen to any of his stuff, I definitely encourage you to do so. He really has a lot of good information there. But I am what's really sad is while I'm watching these videos of these innocent people who are getting attacked, 5-year-old little boy that had Cannon, that had gotten shot in the head by his neighbor, that hardly any of the mainstream media covered. In fact, I didn't even learn about it until almost 2 full weeks after the event, because nobody's talking about it on the media. People who are only watching CNN and MSNBC and those types of stations, even more so, you're not going to see anything like that on the mainstream media. So I'm tired of sitting idly by and seeing our rights being stripped away. We have the mask mandate here in Springfield, which is so bogus, because they say, oh, well, we have to follow the science. Well, no, we're not following the science, because there's just as many arguments against the mask as far as its effectiveness, as well as that's for the mask. There are, our numbers are going up in cases, but the media acts like the cases are deaths, because it's, oh my gosh, we've got this many cases. And I'm tired of seeing our officials in the city just bold-faced lie. The man who is, I believe his first name is Steve, who is, I think, the director of Cox Health here in Springfield. He posted on his Facebook page, that we've lost 50 people to COVID. Well, how the hell can we lose 50 people in COVID when my research says that we just hit the 19th death in all of Greene County? So for him to stand there and say, oh, we've lost 50 people to COVID in Springfield, Missouri, is just a bold-faced lie. I'm tired of just seeing all of our rights being stripped away. And so I'm asking myself, what can I do? What can I do? And I think a lot of us have that question of, we're sick of seeing all of this happening. We're seeing our rights being stripped away from us and our liberties being stripped away from us. We're seeing all these acts of violence against innocent people. And people are like, well, we have to do something. And then those of us who are more than willing to do anything that we can to help this situation are sitting here asking the question, what can we do? All of these hot spots all over the United States where these heinous crimes, these horrible acts of violence against people are, where these places where that's being done is not near me. I thank God that I don't live in one of those areas, but what's to say it's not going to come here eventually? And also, it's obvious that the people who live like in places like Portland, Oregon, obviously, I don't know where the hell the patriots are in that city, but hello, wake the fuck up. And as far as the governor and the mayors of these cities, what the fuck are you doing to your people? It makes me absolutely sick to my stomach to see that the governors and the mayors of these cities and these states are doing absolutely nothing to protect their citizens. I don't understand that. I can't get my brain wrapped around that. And anybody who says, oh, well, it's President Trump's fault, you're a dumbass. How the hell can it be his fault? He has many times offered help. And the Chicago leaders say, no, we don't want Trump's help, blah, blah, blah. That's not how we settle things here. So people just keep dying. In Portland, no, we don't want the president's help. So people just keep dying. So if you don't want the president's help, then don't blame the president for all this crap that's going on in your city and all this violence and all this hate and crime and looting and all of it happening in your city. Don't blame President Trump if you haven't accepted the help that he's offered. Your leadership there in those cities, you need to get off your ass and you need to freaking start caring about somebody else other than your freaking political career or whatever it is that you're doing. I really don't understand it. I just really cannot understand where these governors and mayors get off just letting these people run the streets and cause all this havoc and chaos and hurt and pain to the people who live there, because it's not right. It's just not right. And if I lived in any of these states and cities, which I don't, but if I did, and I definitely encourage the people that do live there, vote them people out, man. They don't care about you. It's obvious they don't care about you. You need to go vote. And as far as voting goes, kind of going backtrack a little bit, as I was saying before, I know Denver even got into politics until the whole Trump impeachment hearing started, I actually just recently went down. I went this year and registered to vote for the first time. I don't consider myself an affiliate of either party. I take a look at the facts and then I go from there. I just decided that if every vote counts, then I have no right to sit back and bitch about things that are happening if I don't go in and make my desires heard on record by voting. But there's sometimes voting's not enough. There's sometimes, the president can only do so much. The states are ran by the state government. And so if they want these thugs to go rampant in the streets and hurt the people of their city, then that's on them. That is their territory to govern. It's not President Trump's job. His job is to protect the federal buildings and such there. But they have offered to come in. They've offered to put an end to all the violence there. And the government in those cities and states say, no, we don't want your help. So if I were the people in those states and cities, I would be voting your state and city legislation out of office and get somebody else in there for sure, because they apparently do not care. Now, moving on anyway, and I'm also going to be inserting some videos in here for you all to be able to watch. I'm going to have some links at the bottom. But anyway, as I was saying before, I think I'm not the only one who feels like, yes, we're fed up with this. Yes, this is not right. But what do we do? What do we do? And my answer to that is I have no idea. What I'm doing, and the reason for this video is I have joined an activist group here in Missouri. We're actually meeting for the first time this evening. I'm going to be trying to document that and see how that goes, and see, collectively, locally, what can we do to make a difference? So I really, I encourage anybody that wants to follow along by watching these videos, follow along in my journey and my adventure to try to make a change for the good in this country, because I love my country. I grew up here, obviously. I love the people of my community. I love the people of my country. I mean, I'm kind of a hippie. I believe we're all connected. There's nothing separate. We are affected by everything that happens in one certain place has that ripple effect, and we are all affected by it. So I'm a huge believer in connectedness and trying to do something positive, and I'm tired of not doing something. And so this is what I'm proposing for myself. In a time where up is down and left is right, and just the whole world just seems to have gone absolutely bonkers, I'm committing to doing something. Even if you don't know what that something is, write a letter to your governor, write a letter to your mayor, stand outside your the courthouse or the city hall in your area with a megaphone and shout out how pissed off you are about stuff. Do something. So you can reach me, actually. You can comment on this video. But I mean, I just want to start, hashtag do something. We have to do something. It's time for the silent majority to start opening our mouths and start taking action, because all this crap has to start. It has to stop. And love has to start taking place and putting greater roots in this country. And we can't do that. We can't sit idly by and just say, well, let's just see what happens, because I've been watching for the last few weeks to see what happens, and I don't like it. So hashtag do something. Again, my name is Belinda. Follow along on this journey. I'm going to be doing a little bit of video and recording of our meeting tonight. And I'm just going to vlog my experience with this activist group, and we'll see what happens. So peace out, and take care, and it's time to do something. So let's do something.